ladies and gentlemen, Sir Michael Caine.
He doesn't smell of pee.
You do.
I just went.
Oh, dear. I've forgotten, of course. I mean, you're...
Me?
Yeah, you fart your bomb there. You're old acting mates, aren't you, of course? You did this movie, Water.
Oh, years ago, yeah.
I did a documentary on that. I was over there making a film. You're all there, weren't you?
Oh, I remember that.
Aye.
Yeah.
You remember? It's
I'd
Lucia.
forgotten that you were there too.
That's
yeah.
right, yeah. Oh, thanks, Billy.
Yeah.
An impression. Yeah, no, yeah, it was quite adventurous, wasn't it, that shoot?
Yeah, Billy used to drink then.
He did?
Yeah. Remember who used to drink?
Did I ever?
Yeah. And we were in a coach going along on a very dodgy road in St. Lucia, and Billy was in the front of me, behind the driver. And I could see Billy's head getting pissed off at the driver for no reason at all. And suddenly he reached across and he went, "You bastard!" And he pulled the driver out of the seat in the buses going along. I jumped on him, I released the driver, you know, and then he started on me. But then he saw it was, he went, "Oh, sure, it's all right." No, he was...
The drinking days, eh?
Oh, yeah, he was a tough drunk.
We've all done that, haven't we?
I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And why did you give up? Just like that? You know, you just...
No, I didn't give up. I slowed down.
All right.
Yeah, I have a glass of wine with a meal.
Yes.
No.
Yes, you once famously said that you actually wanted to get to the point... never want to get to the point where you couldn't have another...
That's it.
Yeah.
I never wanted someone to say to me, "You're an alcoholic, you've got to give up, you can't have a glass of red wine anymore."
Yeah.
I remember it happened to Baron Rothschild, who owned Mouton Rothschild.
Yeah.
You know, he owned the greatest red wine in the world and he couldn't drink it.
Yeah.
I thought that was sad.
It was very sad, indeed.
I drank his share.
Okay.
I'm still doing it, I think.
Yeah. It's wonderful, actually, sitting here and listening to you talk, because, I mean, yours is the most impersonated voice in the business, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
Everybody does.
I can do it.
Can you do it?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Michael Caine. And then, well, I'm finished yet. I'm not finished yet. Not many people know that. I sound like this bloody moron. I mean, you know, my name's Michael Caine. So he can't really, you know... You know where they've got me now?
What?
On a... They have me on the birthday cards, you know.
Yes, when you're with job.
It's your birthday today. Not many people know that. Now, they've got me, you know, on the satellite navigation...
Yeah.
You know, where you're in the car, where
Yeah.
you say... It's me going, "Now, take the second turning on the left, and you'll wind up right in the shit." I'll show you. If anybody got a sat-nav with me giving instructions on it, I should watch out where you go. That's all. We looked at it. I said, everyone said, "Have you been doing sat-navs?" I said, "No, I don't do sat-navs." You know, I don't do birthday cards either. But all I have to print is that this is an impersonation by Joe Snow.
That's right.
And you can't do anything.
That's right, exactly so.
Yeah.
What about you impersonating other people? Because Ken Brander said last week on this show, he said that you did...
I saw that. He said, I can't impersonate Sean.
That's what he said?
Yeah, no, what he said to me, he said to me, "Can you impersonate Sean?" So I said, "Yeah." He said, "Go on, do it." I mean, and he thought that was funny. I didn't think it was funny.
No, well, it is funny, but it's not like Sean.
It's not a bit like Sean,
No,
is
it's not at all, no. But who can you impersonate?
Dudley Moore.
Oh, yeah.
"Hello, Pete, how are you going?" You know what happened, Pete? That bloody Bridget Bardot came in the other day. Right through the window. She was in the bath. I said, "Get out, you dirty cow." They did that wonderful sketch.
You used to do a nice Chick Murray.
Well, Chick Murray, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who are you? He would say. He said, the landlady's giving him a room. And he said, "What sort of room is it?" She said, have you got a good memory for faces? He said, yes, I have. She said, because there's no mirror in the bathroom.
Isn't that a great Chick Murray?
Wonderful,
Chick Murray,
Chick Murray,
yeah.
Really great.
OK, now let's be reminded, actually, of the one of the first times you appeared on our show. We're playing this game tonight. We're showing people what it was like.
It's the last show, isn't it?
30 years ago, yeah.
You're out of work then when we finish here, right?
Yeah.
You're going to sign on?
I'll definitely sign on. I'll be down there.
I'll tell you something. The last time I signed on for the Dole, Sean was 2 people in front of me.
Was he? Yeah. When was that? That was in the 60s?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was 24, he was 26.
Yeah. Did you like Billy, though? I mean, I asked Billy this question about, you know, knowing that you're going to be somebody. Did you ever doubt that you would succeed at all?
No, I never doubted at all. The other day, I was doing an interview the other day, and he said, I made a film with Jude Law. He said, did you give him any advice? I said, I never give advice. He said, why not? I said, because every older actor who gave me advice, 99% of them told me to give it up. So I said, sorry, I'm not listening to any advice. And I said, the reason advice is free is because it's worthless. But I didn't give it up. I'm still here.
But a lot of you certainly are, and getting better and better when you see you on screen.
I try harder, yeah.
You try harder?
Yeah.
But I mean, you actually, what you've done is you've understood what film acting is about.
Yes.
Haven't you? And
yes.
To the extent that you're now one of the best film actors in the business. And I wondered, I mean, did it come to you, or did you actually decide that there's something in this? I've got to find there's a secret to it. Is that the way you worked it out?
Yeah, you mustn't. What I figured that a movie camera is right there, and it can see everything. So you have to behave. You mustn't act. You have to react, and you have to listen. You must listen to what the other person's saying, even though you know what he's going to say. You've rehearsed it 30 times, and you know what you're going to answer. But when you see a really good movie actor, you can see the reaction on his face to what the other man is saying. He's not just sitting there waiting, it's my cue in a minute, what do I say?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's very difficult to explain. You know what it is? It's self-defeating in a funny way, because it's terribly difficult to make it look like you're not doing anything.
Yes,
so,
yes, yeah, of course.
You know, so they wind up saying, I think he's playing himself.
Now, let's be reminded, I'm going to
go on,
show this clip of ours that we have from 1974. Because,
1974?
Yeah.
33 years ago.
I know, 33 years ago. Well, you don't look that different.
No. Oh, have a look. Yeah.
Peter Sellers, who I believe you know, it's alleged that you know.
I have met Peter Sellers once or twice.
Came on the program and said that, apart from all else being a make use of things, that you were the biggest mine of useless information that he'd ever come across.
I am.
He said that you are.
Yeah.
He said that you collected it. First of all, I'd like to know why you collected. Why do you...
I remember it. I remember sort of funny facts, and it brings up, like my mind works in a sort of strange way, is that the other day I was listening to the radio, and I suddenly thought of the fact that something I once read, which is quite surprising because you can't see it from the map, is that there is nowhere in England that is more than 52 miles from the sea. Really, there is nowhere. And I thought England was bigger than that. And the reason I thought of that is because someone on the radio had just said there is about to be a shortage of salt. And I thought, in a country which is nowhere is more than 52 miles from the sea, there's a shortage of salt. You know, and we also have droughts, and it rains all the time. And the other one was, you know, it never stops raining here. And yet, if we have sunshine for 3 days, they declare a drought, and we've all got that. It's true.
I'll tell you a story.
What?
I was shooting on one of those big tankers, you know, about half a mile long, with everybody going around on bicycles. Yeah. And I said to the captain, it was on Get Carter, and I said to the captain, I said, how long would it take this boat to stop if there was an emergency? He said 22 miles. He could stop in 22 miles. But I always collected useless information.
Do you still?
Yeah.
You do?
I know, the golf, caddy, the word caddy in golf,
yes.
that comes from Mary Queen of Scots. She was in Scotland when they invented golf, and
yes.
she was playing it. And she had the young officer cadets who would go and pick the ball up and bring it back, you know, sort of like staff.
Yes.
And the French for cadet is cadet, and that's where the word cadet comes from.
Where do you get all this stuff from?
I don't know. Well, she's also responsible for the word marmalade.
Oh, go on.
Mary Queen of Scots.
How?
Yeah, because she had tuberculosis. And every time she had a bit of a turn, they used to run, her servants, her maidservants, used to run and get a jar of this orange preserve, which was obviously very good for you, full of vitamin C and everything. And as they were running to get it, it was always, they were shouting in French, Mame est malade, Madam is ill. And the Scots are listening to that, and they kept saying, it's Mame est malade, and they kept coming back with this jar of stuff. So they called it Mame est malade, and it became marmalade.
Do you often have evenings where you sort of swap conversations about, dear, did you know?
I have evenings like this on my own.
You do?
When you get to my age, you've met everybody, you've heard everything, so you just sit at home and talk to yourself. You say, sorry, you don't even have to look your best.
Listen, there's a lot more life left in you yet. I mean, you're still
Well,
working.
I'll make it. I'll make it to the end of the show.
You're still... no. I mean, you're still doing well. What's this new film you're doing? This sounds very interesting, this, about being a granddad, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, the new one is called Is There Anybody Out There? It's about an old people's home.
Sounds a lovely story.
It's about a little boy whose parents... He's 10 years old, his parents own the old people's home. And, of course, all he ever knows is old people. So every time he gets to know and like someone, they drop dead. So he gets a camera and a tape recorder and a flashlight, and he goes looking for his friends, ghosts of his friends. And he obviously can't find them. And an old magician turns up to die, which is me, and he helps him to find his friends. And it's one of the funniest scripts I've ever read, and one of the most touching. David Heyman, who produced the Harry Potter films, is making it. And I said to him, I've read this script 5 times, and I'm not reading it again because I'm always in tears at the end. And it's got a wonderful new young Irish director called John Crowley. Remember the name if you're in the movie business.
And what about, I mean, what inspires you now to work? I mean, you pick and choose now, do you? What you want to do?
Yeah, it's the old Brando thing from The Godfather. You've got to make me an offer I can't refuse. And it's not about money. It's about whether it's worth getting up in the morning to do. It's with whom, what it is, where it is, why it is, and I would decide. I mean, like, for instance, I've done Sleuth this year, I did Batman, and I did this. You know, I'm a guy who's retired. I don't even work.
You retired at 65, didn't you?
Yep, I retired at 65, yeah. I've made about 30 films since then. But now, like, I mean, I haven't got a script to do when I finish this film on December the 11th. I don't have anything to do. And if nobody gives me a script that I really want to do, I'll be retired.
Yes.
And that's...
And that wouldn't bother you?
No. You don't retire in a movie business. Movie business retires you. Believe me. If you're unlucky after your first movie. I've seen that happen many times.
I bet. But you made more than 100 or so. And is it left in you, though, an ambition that you've always had? You know, I mean, something that you wish somebody would come and say, will you do that?
No, it's not that. I have a basis of someone famous once said, you should always compare you never compare yourself or compete with contemporaries or predecessors. You compete with yourself. So I spend my entire time trying to be better than I was the last time.
Michael Caine, thank you very much. Sir Michael, thank you.